Well, hello, and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious people in these ultra serious times. This is not your unicorn, rainbow, lollipops kind of tarot reading. I've done tarot for over 20 years. I have discovered in that time tarot virtually predicts nothing. What it does talk about is potential. Tarot is the science of potential. And the reason potential is used is because we're talking frequency, we're talking energy. And anytime you're talking those two things, both come with potential. Question is, how do you use the energy or the frequency? That's where you and I come in. So it is a measure of our potential. Now, I've also, for the past 50 years, done astrology, numerology. Those are the sciences of cycles. If you understand the cycles, you can, and I put the word predict in quotes, you can gauge the essence, the energy of a particular time. I'm not going to get knee deep into the astrological stuff or numerological stuff that confuses people, even confuses astrologers and numerologists. You get wrapped up in the minutiae and you lose the message, you lose the feeling. So we're not going to do that. What I will be doing every time that I refer largely to numerology and astrology is to kind of give you a sense of what the energy is. And then within that framework of that energy, now we do the tarot. How do you fit in? When do you fit in? And if you find a place to fit in, what do you do with the energy? What kind of energy is it? So they all work together. And that's the point of this reading. Yes, I refer to it as the Tao Manifesting Tarot reading, but I'm all inclusive because I want you to get a sense of direction, a sense of location. And so I want to use all of the tools that are available to me, and you will see from time to time that I do that, because that's extremely important and helpful in terms of you getting the big picture. Once you have the big picture, it makes things a lot easier. Not necessarily safer, but easier in the sense that you can sense a direction, a goal, a destination, if you will. So we're doing with manifesting because that is the most important power any human being has. We, with that ability, still have the edge on robots. That edge is shrinking on a day-to-day basis. And in fact, I could make the argument that robotics, artificial intelligence actually already has won the game. And that's because people are lazy, cowardly, and myopic. Don't push me, don't push me. The point is that through AI, and we're building infrastructure all the time, you can't see a commercial, hear a commercial. You can't get on the internet with somebody selling you AI, something, this, that, or the other. First of all, I think they're doing it as a marketing situation to make money. But secondly, they're establishing a foundation. Saw an interview with Elon Musk, and he was talking to Joe Rogan about this very thing, that as we are building this foundation, putting AI everywhere, AI will use this foundation as a platform to grow itself. In fact, they even fooled around with a little AI program that Elon Musk brought in to Joe. It was an adult version. There was a lot of swearing and stuff, but it was kind of a fascinating study. And Joe was laughing and giggling about how crazy and fun it is. Another guy, Jimmy Dore, had an AI version of the conversation between Zelensky and Trump, but you'd have a hell of a tough time knowing that it was a fake AI conversation between these two guys. They were talking about all kinds of sexual stuff and, making fun. Jimmy thought it was a wonderful thing. I think it's a horrendous thing. We live in a world where we're already confused, abused, misused. And now we're going to take fake to a whole new degree, to a point where you don't even know. Well, geez, that makes things just a whole lot better. We can't figure our ass from a hole in the ground right now, and now we're going to put in fake stuff that we won't be able to tell is fake. So how do you know what's real? How do you know what's not real? That's the point. Gets a little bit kinkier from there, because AI also has the ability to communicate with itself, to, on a rudimentary level, think by itself. We've already seen in the past where bots, as part of an experiment, develop their own language. We already know that they have that capability now. So the idea is that once AI gets sufficiently mature, it'll take over. And you won't even know the difference, except for the fact you're going to be under surveillance 24/7. They will observe you every moment of your life. And of course, being a computer, you will have to conform to the program, which could be completely controlled by AI, even out of the hands of the billionaires. So there's some real interesting things that are going on and manifesting right now today. Is one of the most important things that you can do to hang on to our humanity, what little there is left of it. And frankly, I'm not greatly encouraged. All I can say is I'm glad I'm 75. I don't have that much longer to live. Because if we slip up, if we do not step up to the challenge, our humanity is gone, and then I don't want to live in that world. So let's see what we can do to help you to manifest, to take the ultimate power that human beings have over everything else. Alrighty? So what we have is 4 tarot cards. In the middle is the oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading. Today it's Come to the Edge. Numbers up in the right-hand corner, 36. 3 means lining up mind, body, spirit. That's the human trinity, by the way. Your mind energy, your body energy, and your spirit energy. Mind, body, spirit. You line those up like a good V8 engine. Make sure all the cylinders are pumping in the right fashion, right way. They're in sync. Ooh. That makes you very possible, very strong. Allows you to manifest. So 6 is kind of early manifestation. And you put the 3 and 6 together, that's a 9. So the 9s talk about endings. And in fact, this has a universal 9-year for the entire world. It's also a snake year. What do snakes do periodically? Shed their skin. That's what we're doing. We are coming to a time where we are going to get a view like you ain't never had before. And we're seeing it now. I'm a little concerned. I'm a little worried. I wonder if the current administration really has the backbone, the guts, the balls to go in and do the tough stuff, because that's what has to be done right now. We have to shed our skin. Add to that the fact that in 2026, July 4, the United States will become 250 years old. That'll be the 250th birthday. And the energy back in 1776 is being repeated now. It's time for some sort of a revolution. It's time for an evolution. It's time for stepping up above. Now, on one hand, that could mean robots taking over. That's the natural evolution, that it's going to be robots that run the world. Humans are going to be extinct. On the other hand, it could be humans ascend to their spiritual destiny, like the Navajos say, and we make the world a better place for humans, and we actually make technology serve us, not use us. But that's up to us. So there you go. That means you're going to have to come to the edge. That means you are going to have to cross the double yellow line. You know, it's amazing. I live up right on Lake Superior here in very, very far northern Michigan. I mean, literally 150 feet, I'm looking at Lake Superior. And I do 3 to 6 miles of walking every day, 3 in the winter usually, 6 in the summer. And it is amazing to me. There's a very tiny little road right along the shoreline, and we don't have a lot of people living up here, and you don't have a lot of traffic. But it's amazing to me as I'm walking, and I walk the same place, the same way. I do it so that drivers are comfortable. They know where I'm going to be. I'm not all over the road. And it's amazing how many times drivers cannot cross the double yellow line because following the shoreline, it weaves. The road weaves. So it's amazing how many people just can't get themselves to cross that double yellow line. They're so programmed they can't do it. Now, it'd make it easier for them, certainly make it safer for me, but it's just a fascinating thing. They can't cross that double yellow line. That leads me to the meme today. The physical mind is limited, but the intuitive mind is limitless. Don't limit yourself. And that's really the big deal. How many people are like those drivers I pass every day who can't quite cross the double yellow line because you're not supposed to? Ain't nobody on the road. You can see, depending on how the road is winding, you can see for a mile, 2 miles ahead. You know whether it's safe. There aren't that many people. There aren't homes on the lakeshore. It's not like it's a big threat, but can't cross that double yellow line. You got to come to the edge. This is the time for you to do it if you're resonating with this. Don't worry if you're not. It's not you. It's not me. Only 10%, maybe 15% of the people who ever do an astrology reading, numerology reading, or tarot reading ever connect. Maybe next week, next month, whatever the heck. Keep tuning in every day. Eventually, you and the frequency are going to match up, so don't worry if it doesn't. Anyway, the first card all the way to the left is the Two of Wands. Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, joy, excitement, gratitude. It's living a life, feeling plugged in. And that's what this guy here is trying to do right now. He's making a choice. He has lifted one of the wands. In the other hand, he's holding a globe. He is literally manifesting. And what he's doing, in effect, is using his energy as a charioteer. That's the next card, the Chariot card. Talks about direction, self-control, willpower. So you put the Two of Wands together along with the Chariot, that literally is telling you, do not limit yourself. Cross the double yellow line. Come to the edge. You need to do that if you're resonating with this energy. And the final two cards, although they're different cards, they are kind of related. And that's what makes it so fascinating. The first one is the Justice card. The second is the King of Swords. In both tarot cards, they're holding swords, which is facts, truth, data, information. And they both essentially stand for kind of the same thing. They both want truth in their life. We haven't had much of that for a long, long time, more than just the last 4 years, although the last 4 years we've really shown that if it comes out of their mouth, it's a lie. But it's been that way for a long, 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 long time. And Justice and the King of Swords say, give me the truth. I can take it. Because when I have the truth, I have a solid foundation. And with that foundation, now I can manifest a much better, brighter, powerful future. But to do that, you're going to have to cross the double yellow line in your mind. You're going to have to come to the edge. That's the difficult part, because when people come up to this double yellow line in their spirit, in their mind, in their heart, many times they can't do it. Because that's not the way it should be. They told me all along, you just follow the double line. Got some information yesterday, and maybe we'll talk about this farther on. I've mentioned it before, but I actually got a graph. where they did a study back in the 1960s. NASA did a study. They were looking for genius possibility, potential. And so they came up with a series of tests. And this one guy who was responsible for the tests tested kids at 5, at 10, at 15, and then once they graduated from college. At 5 years of age, 98% of them had genius capacity. By the time they graduated out of college, 2%. That's the deal. Your physical mind is limited. Your intuitive mind is limitless. Don't limit yourself. Cross the double yellow line. Come to the far side. Really, really come to the edge. Right now, it's more important than it's been for a long, long time. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Manifested reading. Look forward to you and I getting together. But between now and the next time we do, peace and blessings.